Hey, look. This hand's keepable because we can fetch a hollowed phone. Keep. My winter moon list. Look at Van Meter's most recent list on Hex Meta. That's a good draw. How hard is it to write into your software, you know, if search while this card on table prompt user, like that's literally all that has to happen. That's all that has to happen. This matchup's actually not very good for Kiki Chord. They're more explosive than we are, and we don't have a ton of meaningful interaction, especially game one. All right, only drew 2 cards off lead the Stampede. Double Azuri though. It's not bad. Fair. I think I'm just doing the old upkeep Exarch his Land War Elf here. I think if he had a collected company, he would have used it last turn, unless he drew it off the Horizon Canopy. Arbiter expects you to make the intuitive play of click on your opponent's magic card to activate it, as opposed to prompting you to pay for it when you go to search your deck. Really wish we had a Static Caster in our main deck. Like, if we had Static Caster in our main deck, probably can't lose this game. This is interesting. So he's got 2 Azuris in his hand, so I'm actually just going to fetch Shock and Path this Heritage Druid in response to this trigger here, so he can't make a bunch of mana. I'm getting a red source here while we do that. Otherwise, he's going to be able to tap his 3 elves for 3 mana here. He should have done this in the other order. So opponent missequenced his elves here. He should have played this out because he would have gotten a thing from this. I guess that gives me a chance to like path this in response. Just play another Heritage Druid, sure. Real life. If we had, he has to play Azuri now, so he's got 1 Azuri in his hand we don't know about. Yes, it prompts you with Ghostly Prison and Propaganda. We ulted Nahiri without remembering to click on our opponent's Leonin Arbiter first, so I conceded the match. Because I was just not having any of that. Just not that. 5. Just probably getting overrun. Should I like tap his Nykthos here? I think I'm supposed to like tap his Nykthos during the upkeep, right? I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be 7. This will be Kiki Jiki. So we just have to live through this next turn, basically. What's the best way? What's the best way? It's the best way to not die here. Any thoughts? Are we supposed to Resto Exarch his Nykthos, or are we supposed to Resto Exarch something when he goes to attack? Thoughts? His hand is Azuri, so let's count how much mana he can make here. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 devotion to green. So he makes 5 mana, and then he has 6, 7. This is technically 8 mana. So he can only overrun once. I suppose I could Resto tap his Nykthos in response to him playing something. So yeah, I think I'm just passing the turn and not stopping at his upkeep. No, we're using the Chord to get Kiki and kill him next turn. So, okay, he's got Azuri and 1 card in his hand. So this is only a 9th mana. So that still doesn't let him double overrun. So I think we're supposed to resto tap this Dwinnen's Elite now. Yes, Pontiff is better than Staticaster in this matchup. That is correct. This, for 5 mana, gives his elves 3/3 and trample. He's activating this. We're actually going to come up short here, right? Did I math? I think I mathed this poorly. So this is 12, 17. So yeah, I have to block here, which means we're not going to be able to get Kiki on our turn, which is unfortunate. We'll see. We'll see how he attacks here. If he attacks poorly, all he has to do is like hit the attack with everything button. But if he like makes some mana here and doesn't kill us, I guess he could be courting for. Okay, sure. Yeah, so like this doesn't kill us, and then we kill him on the crackback. This is so opponent. If opponent would have not done this, so we're only taking 15, right? 8 and 7 is 15, so we go to 1 and then Chord for Kiki and kill him. 1 is not none. Yep. Yeah, so we induced our opponent into making a mistake, and he made a mistake. He has 1 unknown card. I guess he could have a removal spell, in theory. Just concedes. Alright, sweet. Yep. Last point of life is the only one that matters. Completely correct. I guess Unified Will won't always be a counterspell in this matchup, so we can't bring that in. Fulminator's not great. Glenelendra seems fine, actually. Lone Missionary is probably fine. Voice doesn't seem particularly good. Is this not an Emrakul matchup? I feel like this might not be. I feel like Nahiri's not particularly good in this matchup, right? Anyone else feel that way? I feel like our Chord of Callings are better because we can get utility like Staticaster and Glenelendra. I think my gut says cut this package. Feel free to comment in chat how you feel about that. I got a minute to catch up on the delay. I don't think Eidolon is particularly good in this matchup. Eidolon is good like turn 2. Outside of having Eidolon on turn 2, it doesn't do a ton. I don't love Eidolon. Counter argument, which card is Eidolon better than? Eidolon has to be better than Voice. Maybe. I mean, like, Voice trades in combat, and then the token is big. I definitely think Eidolon is slow. Like, they still just kill us while Eidolon's on the table. It's not like Storm or Ad Nauseam where they have to kill the Eidolon before they can kill us. I like that this is at least a blocking Grizzly Bear, and then let Scavenging Ooze gain some life after we trade it off. I think I'm just gonna submit like this. I don't actually hate trimming a Noble Hierarch in the matchup, and the reason for that is we're likely putting Engineered Explosives on one, so it's gonna be a little bit awkward if we have a bunch of 1-drops as well. So I think I'm actually gonna make that small swap. Nah, I really don't like attacking their mana. I think I'd rather just like try and kill them. Yeah, it seems super reasonable to fetch Temple Garden on one, play Bird. We know the Bird's gonna live. Having our basic mountain in our opener is always a little awkward, but you know, details. Yeah, the constructed gauntlets and Hex pay out packs based on your final record. That's a pretty good draw. So the reason why the Eternal Witness is nice is because it guarantees we're going to hit our 3rd land drop on turn 3, because now instead of playing Voice on 2, we're going to play Eternal Witness, rebuy our fetch land on 2. I mean, Izzet Staticaster is worse than Pontiff in this matchup. I guess it's not strictly worse, it's just different. But like, you know, okay, let's look at this board and tell me which one's better. No, some of them are just playing Boreal Druid as an additional accelerant. Okay, so now I have a decision. So we drew the land and we hit it naturally. We could just like shock this in, play Voice of Resurgence, Path Heritage Druid. I don't hate that. And then we play Pien Crindalar next turn. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I'm going to play this and I think... Do I want to path aggressively in the Heritage Druid, or do I want to hold it up and see if he like has Azuri? He's got plenty of mana, so I think I'm just passing the turn here, because I'd much rather path like an Arc Druid or an Azuri if he plays it out. Or we played versus Norn Sisters. Yeah, I helped Adrian Sullivan work on his Norn Sisters deck that he played at the last Pro Tour. So he's shipping in here. I shocked myself, so like this shouldn't be a surprise for you. Path that, eat his Heritage Druid, take 3. His like normal anemic creature beatdown plan is not particularly good against our deck, as he's about to learn, especially with the curve we have this game. And this is some removal spells on the board. Or you're supposed to pass the turn here, right? Yeah, I'm going to ship with these Thopters and then just pass the turn. If he has, like, Collected Company into something scary, we can shoot it down with Pien Crindalar. But he shouldn't even have anything, because we have Voice of Resurgence, right? Yeah, so I'm just going to, like, flash in Resto here at his end step, blink this Pien Crindalar. Alright, Kiki Chord. That's what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to see what's good and what's not. I think I like 4 Nahiris in the Emrakul. I think on average it's going to give you more percentage points than it loses you. Trying something new with the blue cards here. Alright, go ahead, play Eternal Witness, rebuy our Path to Exile. So he's dead. It's just conceding. Sweet. I'd say he's dead in 2, but That works. That works too. And now, a quick word from our sponsors. Thanks for hanging out, folks.
Oh, hi there, folks. It's Television's Ruben Bressler here from Tales of Adventure to talk about Eternal Extravaganza, which is one of the highlights of the Magic calendar in 2016. This fourth installment of EE will be taking place June 18th and 19th at the Merchant Square Mall in historic Allentown, Pennsylvania. There's a 15K Legacy main event on Saturday, and both modern and vintage 10Ks on Sunday. Every player that registers for any of the three main events will receive an awesome exclusive EE4 playmat. Prizes will be paid down all the way to X and 3 in Legacy and X and 2 in both Vintage and Modern, and all three event champions will receive not only top prizes, but also some really sweet looking trophies. For those that can't make it, I'm sorry, but we will be broadcasting EE4 live on twitch.tv/Tales of Adventure throughout the weekend. So visit eemagic.com or check out the hashtag EE4MTG to learn how you can become an Eternal Master this June 18th and 19th at Eternal Extravaganza.
Alrighty. Waiting for the next match. Yeah, that's I need to manually sell some more ad space like that. That's a video that I am playing for the idea. I need to remember to mute my microphone when I play it. Apologies. I muted it when someone said something. Dino, we don't need commands for everything. It's fine. I can say the same thing occasionally. Is it 1,000? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I still have 1,000 anticipates in a box in the other room. I mean, Magic's a hobby, and hobbies are supposed to cost money. Like, I'm not complaining about everything. Like, things have inherent value, and the cards having inherent value is good for the game on average. Like, having it be a collectible is, you know, like, if the cards weren't worth money, Star City wouldn't exist, and we wouldn't have a circuit for them to create and play on and advertise and stream. But, you know, like, the stupid make contraptions card, like, that is very much people just, like, buying things out and not a natural demand. I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to mulligan this. No dork. No, not really good mana. We have basic forest, and Horizon Canopy is gonna hurt a lot. So yeah, I'm just gonna mulligan this. This hand is much better. I'm gonna bottom a land. We have Wall of Women, so we're likely to hit our land drops. So I missed the reasoning yesterday. What was the thought behind? Because sometimes we want a blend that makes blue mana and white mana. Oh, is this Stinkman? Okay. You're right, it is. I recognize that username. The old Delvero secrets, sure. Terminate, yep. Alright, well that means this voice is more likely to resolve. It also means that we're likely to just get, like, ranched in the air, so that's unfortunate. Fetch Sacred Foundry that we bottomed. Now the question is, do I go Wall Bird, or do I just jam Voice while he only has Spell Snare up? If he has Spell Snare, it kind of ends poorly for us either way. I think I'm just going to jam the Voice here. He's just going to go Snare this, flip his Delver, like, destroy us. This is like, you just, like, never beat these hands out of the Delver deck. Like, this is why the Delver deck is good. Like, opponent was on the play, played his Delver on 1, flipped it naturally, played his Delver on 2, and flipped it naturally. Alright, well, we'll try again. P is good, EE is good, Zetacaster's fine, Helix is good, Scooz is fine, Eidolon's fine. I don't like Fulminator Mage, I don't like Quasily Pride Mage. Am I trimming some chords in this matchup now? Tassiger, no Pyromancer. Alright. Alright, we'll cut the Zetacaster. But I mean, like, lots of decks in Modern just, like, have their nut draws that kill you sometimes, and, like, that's why those decks are good. I mean, like, Jeskai Control just, like, eats him alive what he just did. You just, like, bolt their Delver on 1 and, like, Helix their other one on 2 or Path it, and they just, like, they die. Like, it's fine. You have more removal than they do threats. Do you want Celestial Purge? I guess Celestial Purge targets his larger fatties. That's fair. Spellskite's medium. I don't love this card against decks that have Kolaghan's Command. I think I'm gonna trim. Do I want to trim a couple chords? Like, it's nice to be able to chord on his end step, but at the same time, I feel like getting like dispelled and other things like that nature don't feel fantastic. It definitely feels like a matchup where Nahiri's going to be better than the chords. She's extra removal too, and they're generally pretty threat light. Not sure I hate a lot of these other cards. I guess Wall of Omens is like not stellar if he's not on Pyromancer. I could like trim a random mana creature in case he's got Angers or Sweepers on the board of his own. Let's try this. Basically like board into a Jund deck, bunch of removal. This is a good 6, so we're gonna keep. You drew the combo, we have to win, right? Yep, that's exactly how it works. No 2 or 3 drops, a little awkward here, that's for sure. And I'm sure we're just going to, like, draw another Chord of Calling or a Nahiri or... Kind of wish I had a Steam Vents in my deck right now. Land. Oh, great. Please land. Fantastic. Alright, we might get to play Magic. Saying there's a chance. Click me at end step, I'll path it. Snapcaster, Bolt me, yep. I think I'm obligated to path this. This card's just gonna like kill us very quickly. Like if he bolts us to 14, he hits us to 12. We play a 4-drop next turn, and then we play a 4-drop next turn, and he counters it, and he hits us again to 10. And then we're just like super close to just getting burned out. So like all the matchups you just said you want a meddling mage against are like lightning bolting you. It's the same reason we play basically Eidolon of Rhetoric instead of Canonist. Like having a 2/2 against the lightning bolt decks isn't stellar. Oh, he's so unlucky. He missed a land drop. Alright, we are lucky we hit a land drop. God bless. This gets countered by slightly less things, although perhaps I'm supposed to lead on Nahiri. Just, yeah, I don't think it really mattered what we played there. Maybe I'm supposed to lead on the Nahiri because I have 2 of them. It's like scale of 1 to getting railed. We're just gonna get railed on the control half of his deck now. This hand was like okay, but like not having a 2 or 3 drop meant that our turn 2 just being like past the turn, our turn 3 just being past the turn was not phenomenal. Opponent's back up to 7 cards in hand, 8 with the Ancestral Visions in his draw step. Yeah, man. Or Echoing Truth. They both play Echoing Truth. Living End plays Beast Within, and it plays Shriek Maw. So scale of 1 to dead. Definitely nearing the dead end of the scale. Tapping my mana like this in case we get remanded. Probably just gonna like bolt or terminate this, give us a 1/1, and then its effects is mostly irrelevant. You hear that? That's the sound of me throwing up while I die. No way this resolves 6 cards. Yeah. GG's opponent. I don't really know. We're gonna see how this goes. If this keeps going poorly, we might play some Hex after. I mean, yeah, this is better. Stomping Ground on 1. Bird. Voice on 2. Fetch tap land. Possibly Fulminator on 2. Yeah, I think I'll keep another Voice. I guess I'm on the play, so it doesn't matter. I'm fetching. Ryan, I don't think I want to try those changes. I don't. They don't really. Doesn't really seem like they do much. I'm gonna double check and look at what you did, but what'd you do? You want me to play 4 Wall of Roots, and that's it? Like you just want me to play 4 Wall of Roots and an Archangel Avacyn? It doesn't seem particularly great. You've got more fetch lands. Your mana base is slightly different. You basically just have like a slightly different mana and 4 Wall of Roots. You get Stomping Ground on 1, so we need double red to cast this Fulminator Mage. I mean, we're not losing games to our mana. Like, we're losing games to the deck being clunky. And it's always been clunky. Yeah, Archangel Avacyn was consistently worse than Revelark in all of the games that I played in the normal Black Splash. I mean, we had a Phantasmal Image yesterday and, like, never wanted to use it, so... Alright. Alright, Bloodstained Mire, Basic Mountain, Bolt the Bird. Could be Burn. Could just be Burn. Afternoon Infernum. Zoo? Burning Tree Emissary? You know how I knew it was Burning Tree Emissary? Because I knew based on the pause that my opponent had to take to click their mana, it was Magic Online's awkward split mana cost card. Seriously? Don't play a third one. Don't bushwhacker me. Oh, that's all? Just, wait, what? Seriously? Alright, block. I guess he got to look at my top card for free. He risked drawing me a card. Alright, big bucks, no Turkish command. Now, if he was living the dream, there would have been a bushwhacker at the end of that, and we'd be dead right now. Alright, in a world where we don't get Gorkline Rampagered or Tarkus commanded, we have a chance here. It'd be nice if we could hit some lands. Sweet. Sweet. So you're saying there's a chance. That's all I need. So I can chord for 3 here. I think I'd rather just play the Fulminator Mage. I can like just cast this as literal Grey Ogre. I mean, Revelark is better against the decks that were bad against an Archangel Avacyn. Like, Jeskai decks outside of comboing you with, outside of combo killing you, like, just never beat a Resolved Revelark or Everlark that comes into play. It's no attacks, that's good for us. Glenelendra, this rebounds. Okay. Am I supposed to chord for 4 here? Yeah, I could just, like, block everything, chord for 4, blink the Wall of Omens, draw a card, and, it just, like, draw red source, kill him with Kiki Chord. Cheaty kids list, yep. We don't know if he's cheating. Okay? There's gonna be they'll do their investigation and all that jazz to figure that out. Still just straight up no attacks. God bless you. This is my wall of creatures. There are many like them, but these ones are mine. Get 2 draws at a red source here. He knows we have the Kiki Chord. He revealed it with a Goblin Guide. That's pretty good. These are my walls. Good luck, opponent. Rawr. Guide reveal the birds and a Kiki Chord. And he attacked with this card twice. I mean, like, Austin, look at our board right now. Like, it kills, like, exactly this. And in all honesty, I would trade this for a 6/5 flying creature almost any day. The 7/7's not attacking because it's making him not attack. If I attack with this, he can start crashing in and getting damage through. So this, by not attacking, is moat. No, stop it. We're super far ahead. People like you that want to just start like a crashing with this and like he can take a hit from this and then crash back or just like eats his experiment one. I'm not willing to trade his experiment one for taking like, 3 points of damage. One of the best ways to lose a game where you are ahead is to play sloppy and be overly aggressive. He's just gonna lose this angel in 3 more attacks. This 1 plus 2. We have Glen Elendra Archmage here to just like make sure he can't do anything, and then the game is over. See Kiki Chord on screen there. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate the support. Yeah, right. Like, there's no reason to be aggressive. Actual. Well, this puts my opponent to. I guess he's not dead on board because this is only gonna be 3, 4, 5. Sure. The old tribal walls is good against the aggro deck when you survive a little bit. It's weird. So unlucky. Never drew our 3rd red source. EE's great. Lightning Helix and Scavenging Ooze are great. Celestial Purge matchup. I guess this is basically a removal spell, right? This might be okay. I think this might be a Chords Out matchup. I've been doing that in the more aggressive matchups recently, and it kind of feels okay. Feel free to post your opinion about this in chat. Eidolon of Rhetoric is actually really good because it means he can never surge his idiot. And it's a 1/4 that blocks. No, I like the Emrakul. I think the Emrakul, this is the type of matchup where Emrakul can just like randomly crush him. Chord for Missionary occasionally feels good, but that's expensive. Like, it's a lot of mana. And like drawing too many clinky things. I think I'd rather have Nahiri to exile things than Chord to try and have utility in this matchup. Like, it's basically like a removal versus utility argument. We like Purge. Do we like Purge better than any of the cards I currently have in my deck? I'm not sure Purge is better than any of these cards I'm already playing. Like, maybe I just like don't want the Kiki Jiki if I'm boarding out the Chords. Yeah, okay, that's a solid argument. I love how people, yeah, when someone else says the same thing right after I say it, usually that's like, yeah, we should probably do that. Our Lord and Savior, Geist of Sage Trav. Yep. Yeah, Static Caster doesn't seem particularly good. I could see this just because it's like, okay, going wide, but I don't think I want more cards that cost a lot of mana. Like 2 Chords over 2 Noble Hierarchs. I disagree with that assessment because having acceleration in this matchup is generally pretty important. Like, they're trying to get under us, especially on the play. Yeah, sounds fine. Put up Mulligan too. The Horizon Canopy kind of sucks, but we have double walls and engineered explosives. We played a Phantasmal Image yesterday and actually never wanted to Chord for it. We only played 5 matches, but I was trying to think of like situations where it seemed particularly good, and I just was having trouble coming up with them. Oh man, I was gonna be excited if he didn't have a 1-drop. Voice of Resurgence, sure. Now the question is, am I supposed to shock in and play this Engineered Explosives for 1? I don't think I am. I think I'm just supposed to like play this tapped and like go 2-drop on 2, and then like maybe if he plays more 1-drops out here, go EE and then blow it for 1 on 3. We haven't played enough actual matches of Magic for me to have a really informed opinion about whether or not the blue splash is reasonable. Clever impersonator. Watch him just go guy, bushwhacker. Yeah. You always had the Burning Emissary on too, right? Bushwhacker, kill us. Yep. 8, go to 10. Oh, you're Raging Ravine because we're lucky. Oh, yeah. Got the Emrakul going on. That's what I like to see. Play out this here Voice of Resurgence. If he had Stone nothing, we might even still lose this game just because like we have to take damage from this Horizon Canopy. Don't path me. That's a little rough. Rough. So we're going to scale of 1 to dead. Where are we at here? We're going to 3. I guess we're on like, I was just say we could be on Lightning Helix as an okay out, but like that doesn't even do it because we have to. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go out on our own terms. This hand's medium. Mana's awkward because mana base only a mother could love. We don't have a Steam Vents. I think I'm going to mulligan this. We have removal spell into Skoos, but like this exiles it and then Skoos can't block anything profitably. I think I'd rather like have a mana creature. This is double removal spell and the mana's a little better. I'm going to keep this as a scribe. Yep, we'll top that because we're just shuffling it away with the Windswept Teeth. You should read my latest article on mtgcardmarket.com. And look at that. We left the land on top of our deck, so we'll take that before we crack this. Getting the Hollowed Fountain. Do I want to just path this now? I feel like I want to just path this now. Taking 2 damage either way. This lets us use our mana. I did top it. That's why I topped it. Because he has Goblin Guides in his deck. That was probably wrong. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have played the Razor Verge Thicket for the Celestial Purge for that way when he plays another red haste creature this turn. Like he goes Burning Emissary into Bushwhacker, we're taking extra damage now. Yeah, that was a mistake. It's like Burning Emissary on 3 games in a row. Yep. Wonder if this guy's stacking his deck. That's how you win with this one, right? That's all? That's all you got? Man. Yeah, it's like this just cost us a ton, basically. Like there's no other way to put it. Like, so if I'd have played Razor Verge Thicket last turn, I could have Celestial Purged the Curd Ape, and then this turn we'd have played Basic Forest and Deceiver Exarch, tap 1, block 1, and then the following turn we'd just like Witness, Path to Exile something, and we'd just be like up a ton of life. So I'm taking some extra damage here that I didn't have to take. Enter combat, we're going to Exarch down his Wild Nicottle. He's got 3 cards in hand. We could just die because of the mistake that I made, the missequencing of the lands. This is definitely better than having a Kiki routing in my hand, though. Talking about Hex decks, I've been writing. I write every other week for hextcg.com. They're like mothership site basically, and I focus just on talking about constructed decks. My next article will go up on hexccg.com tomorrow, talking about the Blood Wild decks. Yeah, so like now I'm down 2 points of life and I've lost mana efficiency. That's fine. So I would be at 17 right now. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play Eternal Witness, rebuy the Path to Exile. Now we're gonna take another hit for 2 because I haven't had a chance to cast the Celestial Purge. So like if this card was gone, we wouldn't have taken damage last turn. We wouldn't be taking damage this turn. Please don't bushwhacker me. Please don't bushwhacker me. We're basically just dead, right? Now we've taken an extra 3 damage. So block here, path here, take 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to 5, and we're super going to 4. Did I miscount? Yeah, it's 11. Okay. And it looks like my mistake didn't cost us the game, even if we were up 5 life right now, we'd be at 9, and like maybe we get one more draw step if we're up that amount of life, but like this is a path. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna flood out and die, it looks like. Yeah. Okay. So the mistake ended up not mattering. We were gonna flood and die anyways, but I definitely missequenced my mana to be less than optimal that game. Nope, that's got you in the background. And actually, that reminds me, it's almost 2 o'clock. I should go put my oldest down for his nap after this next match. Modern legal Magic cards. Battle of Wits is modern legal. Battle of Wits isn't legal to play in tournaments though. Like in any actual tournament where the judges are doing their jobs properly, you're going to get enough warnings and eventually match losses and DQ'd for insufficient randomization in any Battle of Wits deck. Hey, we went 6-4 with the Gifts Rog Monster. Thank you very much. Deck's busted. Okay, thanks. Noble Hierarch's gonna die and we're never gonna cast another spell, but that's fine. Well, both of mine are still in cribs, so, like, if they complain, I can just put them in the crib, and then they can complain themselves to sleep. Like, my youngest is already sleeping. He usually goes down a little bit earlier than Jake. But, like, I make sure we eat and do teeth brushing before I start streaming. Oh, yeah! Temple of Deceit. Temple of Deceit. Can never win. And by that, I mean we have blue cards, so maybe there's a chance. Unified Will's going to punch the clock and go to work. There are tier 1 decks I won't play because I don't enjoy them. I don't really like Jund. Jund is like the definition of point and click magic. It's like playing a first person shooter. You just like walk in and spray, and it's not very, you know, like you just control the recoil a little bit, and there's like you just got to make sure that you don't overthink things. Opponent better hold priority. Yep, that's the plan. The plan is opponent messes up. That's the how. Maybe opponent will do us a solid and play a spell during our end step. I'd appreciate that. Like if we hit the third land to stick the Nahiri on 3, like maybe we can race them since he hasn't played any acceleration yet. But we didn't, so we can't. We don't have Eidolon in our main, but we do have a Glenelendra Archmage. So like, you know, in a world where he doesn't have any acceleration and like he kind of dirtles a little bit here, we can. God, please untapped land. Ugh. So we're dead to Simian Spirit Guide next turn. Wonderful. I do like toolbox decks. That is generally my style of play in Eternal formats. So if we'd have hit an untapped land this turn, which we have a good deal of, why worth? Continue playing my Grizzly Bears. Infinite Life does in fact beat the Ad Nauseam deck. Unless they have Laboratory Maniac. A lot of them have Laboratory Maniac in the board at least. Well, we got to untap. That's a good start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can't. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and jam Nahiri here. That lists all hex cards in the game. Yeah. It's unfortunate. So we're dead next turn. Excellent. Or he just has an Angel's Grace and then we're not immediately dead. That would be good. I feel like he's just Angel's Gracing to not lose to this Pact of Negation, right? Because if he had Spirit Guide Ad Nauseam, he'd have used it last turn. I guess he could just have Spirit Guide pay for the Pact. Try turning down your quality. I'm not dropping any frames here. I have a nice solid connection. So, Pact Negation says you lose the game if you don't pay for this, but Angel's Grace says you can't lose the game this turn, so. The old cast my Laboratory Maniac, sure. Alright, so I can chord for... I can path this. Chord for Pride Mage this. Okay, yeah, that's great. So let's go... Path this. Chord for Pride Mage. Attack with this with Exalted Triggers and kill him. Look at that. Opponent fumbled around a little bit, didn't have acceleration. Got beat by a bird. Every time Birds of Paradise beats a deck like Ad Nauseam, an Angel gets its wings. Every time. He could have Pact of Negation. He could have Pact of Negation here and then we'd lose, but doesn't look like he does. Look how exalted this guy is. Look at it. Look at it. Get dead. Get dead. Dead. Alright, sweet. Stony Silence, Reclamation Sage, Eidolon, Unified Will. Fulminator Mage is not the worst. Missionary is not stellar. Path to Exile is not stellar. Sure, playing a bird was free. Opponent was dead. Whatever. Details. I think that's all I want to do. I don't really want these other cards. The Fulminator Mage is medium. I think I like the other, like, Wall of Omens. One of the things that you can do improperly when boarding with Kiki Chord is that you don't want to board out too many 2-drops. I don't want to board in Engineer Explosives alongside my Stony Silences. We have enough ways to deal with Phyrexian in life. We're bringing in Pride Mage, and we have 4 Nahiris, and we have Reclamation Sage, so... I guess the fact that we have Nahiri to loot it away if it's awkward when we draw it might be a reason to do it, but I think in general I don't really love that. Pretty easy mulligan here. Man, look, we've got some of our best cards in the matchup. Can I keep the no-lander on the draw with the scry? Can I keep the... Okay. Who would keep this? Who would keep this? I feel like this hand's chance of hitting lands is better than our chance of winning on 5. Agree or disagree? We get 2 looks. Snap. Yeah, I think we do it. I think we do it. We're up a game. We're up a game. This is... Come on. Come on. We're up a game. Screw everyone that doesn't believe in us. Believe in yourself, okay? That's the lesson here today. Believe. You just gotta believe, okay? You know what the worst thing about this hand, though, is? Opponent doesn't have Gitaxian Probe, so he can't look at it. I love keeping hands like this and getting probed on turn when you just put it on the table like, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. You just have to believe. We hit the first land, we get to play Birds of Paradise. We miss the second land, we get to play Wall of Omens to try and hit the second land again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The only way this bird gets better, this hand gets better, is if our opponent plays a Gitaxian Probe. So they know. So they know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, never didn't have it. Skill game. Better player always wins, etc., etc. That's not even luck. That's just good magic. Good, clean magic. Hope he dismembers your bird. That's fine. We'll just run off like 4 lands in a row. I'm going to play Wall even if we naturally draw the second land because I want to play this Glenelendra on curve. Opponent went bottom, bottom with those. He bottomed the Skyland. He bottomed again. This, ladies and germs, is why I am a professional Magic player. In case you're wondering. That's how you be king of the 1-2 bracket. Keep these skillful hands. God, we're... The fire is hot! Hot fire! Hot fire! Whew! 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 Where's the blacklist now, Worth? Where's the blacklist now? Oh, I don't even know what I want to do. I don't even know what I want to do. We're supposed to just jam Glenelendra, right? Is that... God, what are we supposed to do here? What are we supposed to do here? I'm definitely getting Breeding Pool. The question is... We're definitely getting Breeding Pool. The question is, am I supposed to, like, go Voice, hold Unified Will? Or am I supposed to just jam Glenelendra? Like, we lose... We could go Voice, keep up Unified Will. We only lose to untapped land ad nauseum. Like, his hand has to be... To lose when we jam Glenelendra, he can win next turn. He can go... Oh, because that involves 2 Spirit Guides. Yeah, you're right. All right, yeah, just jam. The downside to this is if he Pact of Negations this, if he counters, if he basically like forces this like Pact plus Angel's Grace, we don't get a Voice token. So the merit to playing Voice out first is then he gets punished if he forces this. Double Spirit Guide means when he goes off, he doesn't have enough Spirit Guides left in his deck to actually execute his combo with Lightning Storm usually. So he can cast Ad Nauseam and draw his deck with Angel's Grace next turn with Double Spirit Guide, but usually he won't have enough then. Okay, so he forced the Glenelendra. Okay, so we're not dead. If we hit another untapped land, we can chord for Eidolon and Frederick. I think the blue cards make this matchup better. If I had another mana source in hand, I would wait to jam the Glen, but because we didn't, I think we're supposed to just shove it in there. I'm just going to play this, and we're going to hold up Unified Will now. Everything is better with blue, right? Just so much better. It's so wonderful. So wonderful. He might not even have a ton of Pact of Negations in against us, so this Unified Will could do work. We would have played Voice with the bird, sure. I mean, he's not slaughter pacting the bird, let's be honest here. We're playing a white-blue Shockland because there were a number of times I wanted it. Untapped land. I'm just supposed to chord for 3 here, right? If he can counter this, he could just counter Unified Will, so I think I'm just doing this and passing the turn. He could pact this and then untap Grace Ad Nauseam, kill us. My child is mooing. Yeah, he grunts sometimes. He's watching a show. Do that in response to the Ad Nauseam, so he wastes his combo pieces as well. Yeah, that gives him another draw step to hit a Pact of Negation, though. Why not Rex Sage the Prism and hold up counter? Because we can't Rex Sage the Prism and hold up counter. That costs 5 mana. This costs 3, and this costs 2, and we only have 4 mana. If we had 5 mana, I would Rex Sage the Prism and hold up Unified Will for sure. Yeah, KMC mats are the ones I like. Alright, and now we're basically just never tapping out from this point forward. Like, we've got Resto and Unified Will. If he, like, does something on one of his turns, we might, like, Chord for Spellskite, but... Yeah, man, you got Friction on life, that's fine. Well, okay. Now I've got this. Do I want to Rex Sage this? I feel like I want to Rex Sage this. Yeah, KMC regular mat sleeves are the sleeves I love. They're vulnerable. Very, very vulnerable. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Rex Sage here. I know I said we were just going to keep pulling stuff up, but this makes it easier for him to do stuff. This also adds pressure to the table. If he wants to cast a spell in our turn and kill this Eidolon, it gives us a voice token, which means he dies very quickly. And then Unified Will hopefully means we can just stop his combo. The Hyper Mats, I split at least one every other match when I play with them. They mean, like, fair PSA, I'm, like, super aggressive when I shuffle my own cards. Like... If the cards I have aren't, like, of all foil deck that I'm borrowing from someone that's super expensive, I'm pretty aggressive when I shuffle cards that I own. Yeah, the texture on the back, I don't know. However, they're connected on the sides. Like, I bought a pack of Hyper Mats because everyone recommended I buy Hyper Mats, and then, like, they were garbage for me. Yes, he does have to kill the Eidolon to combo. That is correct. Yeah, I riffle shuffle my own cards. I riffle and I pack. Dragon Shield Mats I split like a mother as well. Just like crush them. Was not impressed. Someone recommended. I'm like, Dragon Shield Mats are not cheap. Like, I paid $10 for a box of Dragon Shield Mats, and I had gone through like 5 of them in 8 rounds. I agree. I think between Resto and this Unified Will, we just can't lose. I mean, turning off his Prism really doesn't matter. He's got Dead Ship Reef here. So if he KMC regular mat sleeves, Slaughter Pact my guy. Or you could not. And then this is just the game because he can't cast another spell because he's already cast a spell for the turn, and then Restoration Angel. I guess this isn't just the game. He could Angel's Grace on his turn. But he can't respond to this because he's already cast a spell for the turn. Yeah, man. Make mana. You can't do anything. You've cast a spell. You have reached your 1 spell limit, sir. You are above the legal limit for spells. Look at that. You can undo mana made by Pentad Prism, but you can't undo mana made by Wall of Roots, you know? Call it a feature. Call it a feature. Angel's Grace has split second. That's why it's good. This card has split second. You cannot respond to it. Even my child is laughing at him. You're not wrong. Say, get wrecked, nerd. Wreck, nerd. I'm going to leave this back because you don't need it to kill him. And it leaves us one more mana to Chord with. Yeah, we get an elemental. You can respond with triggers. Like, you can Chalice of the Void and Angel's Grace, but that's about it. You could flip a Stratus Dancer up in response. You could. You are very correct. Yep. Yep, they work fine with double sleeves. Cast Spoils of the Vault. Sure. So opponent's going to die. GG's opponent, you have been bested by our Birds of Paradise. Alright, we're going to have a quick word from our sponsors while I go and put my oldest down for a nap. And it looks like my youngest, he was awake, but he laid back down. So, alright, I'll be right back when I go put my oldest down for a nap. A word from our sponsors. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Back in a couple minutes.
Oh, hi there, folks. It's Television's Ruben Bressler here from Tales of Adventure to talk about Eternal Extravaganza, which is one of the highlights of the Magic calendar in 2016. This fourth installment of EE will be taking place June 18th and 19th at the Merchant Square Mall in historic Allentown, Pennsylvania. There's a 15K Legacy main event on Saturday, and both Modern and Vintage 10Ks on Sunday. Every player that registers for any of the three main events will receive an awesome exclusive EE4 playmat. Prizes will be paid down all the way to X and 3 in Legacy and X and 2 in both Vintage and Modern, and all three event champions will receive not only top prizes, but also some really sweet looking trophies. For those that can't make it, I'm sorry, but we will be broadcasting EE4 live on twitch.tv/Tales of Adventure throughout the weekend. So visit eemagic.com or check out the hashtag EE4MTG to learn how you can become an Eternal Master this June 18th and 19th at Eternal Extravaganza.
Alrighty. Thanks to everyone that stayed through the short break there. I wanted to try something different. See Peter answering there. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate the support. Well, Unified Will and Glenelendra make some of the harder matchups better. What did we lose to? I'm forgetting what we lost to. Oh, we got run over by Grixis Delver. What was the other one? We got run over by Grixis Delver, and I'm blanking on... oh, we got beat by Zoo. So, Bushwhacker, Zoo, and Grixis Delver. Keeping... I think I keep this on 6. We can get Breeding Pool, and we can cast all our spells. No, I think that's too much, Gary. I don't really think you need both. Like, Glenelendra and Sun Collector, like, fill similar roles. Staticaster and Pontiff fill similar roles. This card just requires a heavier blue commitment than the other cards require in terms of a black commitment. Basic Plains Kithian, sure. Welcome to the 2-2 bracket. We'll enjoy our stay. So, sans a Path or a Manikai, we're going to lead on Raging Ravine. Our opponent's 1-3. Okay, good. Staticaster and Pontiff are different. Well, land was replaced by Breeding Pool. The Overgrown Tomb was replaced by Breeding Pool, and then I added a Hallowed Fountain back in as a 23rd land. So we're back up to 23 lands, but we're still on 7 mana creatures in this configuration. So we're on 30 mana sources overall. So if our opponent plays a 3rd land and attacks with Kithian and Thalia next turn, I'm going to block the Kithian, fully aware of the fact that he can make it indestructible, because I'm willing to trade the front half of my Voice of Resurgence for his entire turn spending his mana to make Kithian indestructible. It's definitely a tempo play I'm willing to make. The blue splash feels reasonable. Thraben Inspector, sure. I wanted a Deceiver Exarch. I wanted this card. This card interacts well with Nahiri. It lets you tap artifacts and creatures that they're not attacking with and then exile them with Nahiri. It also taps an Emrakul and they search it up in the Nahiri mirror. No blocks. Yeah, good assessment, Ian. Opponent doesn't appear to have a 3rd land drop, so we're just going to pass back. 2-drop would be stellar here, so we can go wall 2-drop. Path's not bad either, though. So I think we're just going to go Wall of Roots, pass. I guess this is technically a 2-drop, right? Because he has Thalia in play. And, oh, actually, this is pretty good. So the fact that we have Kiki here means we can start Kiki and Voice of Resurgence next turn and making elemental tokens. So we're just like going to path the Kithian when he attacks here. We'll block the Thalia, eat the Thraben Inspector, and then Kiki and start Kikiing our Voice to make Voice tokens every turn. Oh, that feels bad. At least we have path for his Kithian, I suppose. We're gonna path the Kithian. Sure. Everything I just said assumed our opponent did not have path. That is correct. So we're gonna block here. Before damage. Make mana. Path through Planeswalker. Take 1. The plan was neat. That's correct. I think we probably still play Kiki out. I'm not sure. It's kind of close. I don't think I really want to fetch shock. I guess I could fetch shock and go Glenskite. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's a little aggressive. Mike the Knight 512 with the brand new sub. Welcome to the stream, mate. I appreciate that extra level of support. You're our first new sub of the day, and you push our ticker towards the next long stream to 29 out of 150. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. Welcome. Getting Spellskate out here also means it's like the Kiki Chiki's not going to die, which is fantastic. See a new follower as well. Welcome. Thank you for using the little button. Sounds like my youngest is awake. I'm going to have to go rescue him from his cage after this matchup. And by cage, I mean crib. I'm not a monster. I'm just a father. Gather the townsfolk. Oh yeah, that's a combo. Man, he is not happy. I'm probably gonna run up and grab him while we sideboard. Opponent is playing what appears to be the mono white humans deck that Dan Musser and I'm blanking on his name. Ruben played at the last the Open over the weekend. Unfortunate that we just can't do anything. I think I'm going to hold on to this Sacred Foundry. If I ship with Raging Ravine, it trades with most of his board. Alright. Raging Ravine enters play as a tapped land. So no, copying Raging Ravine is not a strong play. He could trade Thalia and his Gather for this Raging Ravine. I'm fine with that. No, being able to combo kill your opponent with a single Chord of Calling is powerful. And Kiki offers like random, like this board here. Like we're not even combo killing our opponent. This Kiki Jiki is just like fantastic. The old Fulminator Mage against the mono basic plains deck. Normally Fulminator Kiki is enough to win most games of Modern, but it's not going to be here. Because I want to leave up activating Glenalendra Archmage. I guess I could play the Sacred Foundry out so I could start leaving up Path, technically. Oh, I forgot to attack with Glenalendra that turn. I guess I want the extra blocker back this time. If I go to make a copy of Glenalendra during his end step and he responds with a Path to Exile, I will not be able to counter it for free. Whereas if I am constantly leaving up Kiki Spellskite and Kiki Glenalendra, I will always be able to counter his thing without costing me a card. It's possible that doing what I'm doing is a little bit too conservative, but again, I also feel like we're just like far enough ahead that there's no reason to not just be a little conservative. Alright, so this game should just be very over. We have Glenalendra really makes comboing super safe. It's wonderful. We'll technically leave up path here. So between Spellskite and Glenalendra, this should just be locked up. I'll look up the deck tech they did with Dan Muster at the last Open. I don't even think he day 2'd, but that's the deck our opponent's playing. Staticaster seems great. Scavenging Ooze seems fine. Missionary seems fine. Is this a Chord out or a Nahiri out matchup? It feels like one of the two. I feel like I need to take some of the clunk out of the top end. I feel like I'm cutting one of these two packages. He definitely has Thalia's Lieutenant, 4 of them. Like 100% not close. Fulminator's definitely out. I think I want to cut either the Chords and Kiki or the Emrakul and Nahiri. Feel free to comment on which one you prefer. Yeah, I feel like against the go wide deck, I'm supposed to cut the Nahiri. Yeah, that's my inclination too. Like the go wide, I think means that this is supposed to come out. That just leaves me one cut. Voice of Resurgence is medium. This hand's fine. Put it mulligan, hand gets more fine. I guess I might be being results oriented and leaving Glenalendra in my deck. It's possible that I'm supposed to just like cut that card because it's kind of clunky. We played Leonin Arbiter in the first match we played today, and we conceded out of frustration when I -8'd my Nahiri and didn't pay 2 mana because I'm a big dum-dum. We did Chord for Emrakul. It's recorded. Alright, I need to run upstairs for a second and grab my youngest. He is not pleased that he is awake and I haven't gotten him yet. Windswept Teeth was actually a very good draw there because it allows us to fetch a basic land with this and still have access to blue mana if we need it later. We are playing 76 cards total, so less than before. Trimmed some of the cuter blue cards that didn't feel particularly good. That's not bad. Raging Ravine tapped, path something next turn. P and K on 3, or on 4. Do I feel bad about pathing the aggro deck? Sometimes. Opponent mulligan, so like he might not have a ton of action going on. Thankfully, we're playing wall tribal, so like the creature-based aggressive decks that don't have reach aren't too terrifying. Was that a good draw? I can't tell. Can't. All right. Yep. We cut the overgrown tomb for a breeding pool, and we added a hollowed fountain. Is this good? What do we think? What do we think, boys and girls? Was that a good draw? I don't really care if he gets this trigger because this only becomes a 3/3. So before blocks, we're going to fetch shock. Pontiff would have been better. You are correct. You are definitely correct. Pontiff would have been better. Wow, what a savage. Okay, so I got punished for waiting to do this. I wanted to block his Doom Traveler here. That's fine, though. We're taking 3. Then we get to use this on our turn. I guess if he has a Path to Exile here, too, that's kind of bad. But, like, Path is the last card. We're going to 9. We're shocking to 7. And then we're playing PN Corindalar. And, like, you can't brave the elements past my tokens here. So, yeah, kill this. Just get that out of here now. Cut that out. We added a Noble Hierarch as well. A second Brave the Elements, sure. Captain Maxov donated $3. Really enjoying the stream, and I'm glad you found those crackling dooms. Thanks, mate. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. So we go to, yeah, we just get to shock this in. It's probably the game's over. Depending on what he draws, I wouldn't be surprised to have a concession here. Let's go wide. The Static Caster's been much worse than Pontiff now at this point, but, you know, details. Still in an okay spot here. Aggro decks without reach are not particularly good against us. Block, block, block. You have a path here for my PN Corindalar? Static Caster is much better against Infect. You are correct, Ryan. Per usual, you are correct. Is that good? I can't tell. Someone help me out. Someone help me out. Is this good? Unsure. 4 Mindpire in the board. I mean, Mindpire is really good in the mirror, and it's good against Wintermoon, too. So he doesn't even make me show him the resto. Come back, opponent. We were having fun. Alright, vote for what you want to see next. Vote for what you'd like to see. All right, looks like Kiki Chord is firmly in the lead there, so we're gonna go ahead and queue up another league with that. This list feels more than reasonable, so we're just gonna go ahead and keep running it. Mana feels better. The Hallowed Fountain we've fetched for more than once. I'm going to write a note to myself to file for comp in that league. We dropped. I'll do that afterwards today. Fun is zero sum, which means if you're having all of it, if your opponent's having none of it, you're having all of it. You know? Just the way the good Lord intended. How are we feeling about Exarch? Exarch, we haven't gotten to use Exarch as a tool with Nahiri yet, which is why I have it in the deck. We've definitely tempoed people with the Exarch a few times, which feels medium. This hand's not great, but I'm going to keep it. I was taking a picture of my son. He was standing up against the couch. I guess I can just show you the picture on my phone. He was standing up against the couch in his jeans and t-shirt, eating a handful of goldfish. He just looked like such a giant kid. I wanted to send it to my wife. It looks like, you know, it's kind of funny. So with Nahiri, can only exile tapped creatures and tapped artifacts. So Exarch can tap things. So you can like tap an ensnaring bridge and then exile it with Nahiri, or you can tap tap a random creature and exile it with Nahiri that they're not attacking with. So it has some good utility in that manner. I mean, sure, but like you could also, I'm gonna upkeep tap his Needle Spires. I think that seems like a fun plan. You could also like we don't play cards like Thoughtseize in the black version either. You could play Thoughtseize or Duresses if you really wanted to hedge those spell-based combo matchups a little bit more, which doesn't seem completely unreasonable, I guess. Speaking of turning on screen there, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I've missed PN Grindalar a couple of times in games once, but I really like the Glenelendra. Glenelendra is easily the biggest reason to play the Blue Splash. It's super powerful. Opponent F6 their turn, maybe? I think I'm going to shock myself here. Yeah, I'm going to shock here. Bend this bird to the Nahiri plus. It might be the red-white deck again. We drew a Nahiri early, though, so, that's nice. Not sure if he missed. Why would you... What would you change Rising Canopy with? It's the only card that I don't have. You just, play another land. You can play a Stirring Wildwood if you want another tap land. Razor Verge Thicket, second Temple Garden. If you play Razor Verge Thicket, your matchup against like the aggressive damage-based decks gets better, like Burn and Zoo. I have no idea. I don't recall the username we played against yesterday. Yeah, the old turn 3 Bolt the Bird. Yeah, opponent appears to have kept a one-lander. I'm actually going to bin the Horizon Canopy here. I feel like we're not going to need that type of effect. I'm going to rebuy a fetch land. I'm going to play out Razor Verge Thicket. He's sandbagging lands for the inevitable Evercool. Alright, so he's dead to the Emrakul next turn, so we've got 15 plus 3 is 18. Sure, some kind of red-white allies deck. Here, watch out for the I actually almost about to make a comment about Deflecting Palm, and then he went ahead and tapped out for his 2-drop, so we're good. Let's put this into play, attack you for 18 exactly. Why did he keep a one-lander? Nobody knows. So based on what he played, red-white ally stacks, just like mono saffron aloes nonsense today. PNK is probably good. Helix is probably good. EE is probably not terrible. Fulminator Mage doesn't seem great. Glenalendra is probably not great. Probably don't need Quasily Pride Mage. This might be a trim a couple of chords at least matchup. God, I can't wait for competitive Modern Leagues. Alright, so Engineer Explosives actually isn't very good against this deck. Okay. And this is the type of people that play these decks won't pay 12 tickets to play a competitive Modern League, which is nice. And won't pay an extra 4. How many things does... I guess this kills a reasonable amount of things. Take our Exarch just to reduce the need to get blue. I don't hate that. 1/4 is an okay blocker, but yeah, I think that's reasonable. I definitely want the Static Caster, though. That's 2015, yep. They cost more. The competitive leagues cost more tickets and don't pay out to anyone who does less than 3-2. It's a pretty easy mulligan here. That scene's not stellar. I keep this with a scry on the draw. Bottom it on white source. Might just get run out of this game. He like plays the second ally that grows, miss our white source. Get crushed. It's very probable I'm supposed to go to 5. That wasn't a mull to 5. Nahiri gets rid of the extra Nahiri. People use that phrase like this hand's already a mulligan far too often. Most of the time they're just using it as a hyperbole. Excellent. Perfect. Look, man, we boarded into escape shift. We'll be fine. Sand's medium because the Raging Ravine comes into play tapped. Eternal Master spoilers start next week. People that think hands like the ones we kept last game should be auto mulligans don't understand statistical probability. That's just how it works. I'm just gonna be blunt. We have a lot of white sources in the deck, and you basically ask yourself, what's more likely? Do you have a better chance of winning on 5 cards? Do you have a better chance of drawing white source with this on the draw with a scry? And the answer very well could be you have a better chance of winning when you mull to 5 in this matchup, but it's not just cut and dry auto mulligan. Like, we literally kept a hand that didn't have any lands in it earlier with the scry on the draw because if we hit a green source, the hand was phenomenal. I'm going to go Voice Bird here. Let's us play Nahiri next turn. We can trade Voice off with his Archon Battle Singer. Sure, but like that's what you want to weigh. Like, what is our probability of winning this game if we draw a white source? Is it high? Then yes, we should probably keep. Or what's the probability of winning on our average 5-card hand? Like that's how you make the most statistically significant play. That's the thing you want to consider. The hand was medium with the white source. I agree the hand could likely lose even if we hit a white source. If we hit a white source on the first turn, it was probably reasonable, but anything after that, it was okay. I would like to block. You think My voice is more important than this card for you. That can't possibly be right. But sure, trade. And now I get a giant guy you can't attack into? That's so good. I don't think I want... If we draw an untapped land, we can Nahiri. Yeah, so we can... Now we can Nahiri because it allows us to... It allows us to still path something. So I'm going to play this and plus it and not discard anything. I like all of these cards. If we didn't hit a land there, we were going to go Spellskite and then hold up the double paths. If he makes this big enough to trade with the Elemental or big enough that the Elemental just can't block it, we'll path it. He can return it to his hand with this ally encampment, but like that's still trading one for one. We're trading our path for his land. I think I'm fine with that. You just want to like tick this Nahiri up and kill it. It has first strike. Yeah, that's fine. So he has to play another troop out in order for this to be able to trade with our 3/3. Just the voice elemental tokens. That's because they print tokens at the same rarity as the card that makes them, so they are mythic tokens. Get it out of here. Yeah, some people like the official WotC tokens, though. Nothing wrong with that. Fencer the Planeswalker? That's too cute. Fencer the Planeswalker is too cute. That's worse than a Nahiri. Don't need this blue source with 2 birds. Play out Spellskite. Pass the turn. Hold this for us. So we might discard it to Nahiri in case he bolts the Nahiri next turn or helixes it or Boros Charms. He hasn't had a red source, so he is... Oh, he can't bolt the Nahiri when we have Spellskite in play. That's hot. So he has to have Boros Charm here. The 8/8 token from RTR, yep. So he has to have like Boros Charm here to get the Nahiri down since we have Spellskite. We don't have a Malira because Engineered Explosives helps tip the Infect matchup back in our favor. When I added Engineered Explosives back to the sideboard, I started winning that matchup pretty consistently again. That was it hadn't occurred to me. It hadn't occurred to me that I was supposed to... That Engineered Explosives were helping that matchup as much as they were. What are my thoughts on Sin Prodder and Jund? Probably fine. Curving Bob into Sin Prodder sounds hot. This can't get protection from artifacts, right? Chosen color, sure. Block. Both teams tried hard. God, having a bunch of idiots to block for our Nahiri is so good. It's so good. So good. That just happened. We're at 17, okay, people? Calm down. Calm down. We're at 17. Calm down. He's losing. He's losing his board. He's losing his board. It's fine. We've got Spellskite. We've got blue mana. Like, it's okay. I should have played a land out here, because if we could have cycled Horizon Canopy into finding a restoration, and actually we can do that post-combat. We're going to cycle this Horizon Canopy post-combat, and if we hit Restoration Angel, we can blink the Emrakul. I'm obligated to concede here. He didn't even ally encampment back either of his guys. I guess he gets to keep one of them in play, technically, right? Or keep one land this way. Okay, so he's going to try and kill us with Lightning Bolt. I guess he could go land Boros Charm. Land Boros Charm, we can't spell Skype. Oh, this was a mistake on my part. I should have pathed one of his guys to make him lose his entire board. Okay, I made a mistake there. We're also dead to land Deflecting Palm. Okay, small mistake. So this would have come into play tapped. Yeah, I should have, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah, Deflecting Palm doesn't target, for those wondering why we didn't redirect. I'm not attacking with Raging Ravine here. We're dead to another Deflecting Palm, obviously. That's wonderful. Deflecting Palm cannot be redirected. D-Palm chooses a source. Alright, we should be out of the the scary part now. Should have pathed one of his allies so he lost the mountain though there. Made a mistake. Can we stop bullying tier 3 decks? Oh, Path would have gotten him a basic. Yeah, I'm a big dumb stupid. Big dumb stupid. And now a brief word from our sponsors.
Oh, hi there, folks. It's Television's Ruben Bressler here from Tales of Adventure to talk about Eternal Extravaganza, which is one of the highlights of the Magic calendar in 2016. This fourth installment of EE will be taking place June 18th and 19th at the Merchant Square Mall in historic Allentown, Pennsylvania. There's a 15K Legacy main event on Saturday, and both modern and vintage 10Ks on Sunday. Every player that registers for any of the 3 main events will receive an awesome exclusive EE4 playmat. Prizes will be paid down all the way to X and 3 in Legacy and X and 2 in both vintage and modern, and all 3 event champions will receive not only top prizes, but also some really sweet looking trophies. For those that can't make it, I'm sorry, but we will be broadcasting EE4 live on twitch.tv/Tales of Adventure throughout the weekend. So visit eemagic.com or check out the hashtag EE4MTG to learn how you can become an Eternal Master this June 18th and 19th at Eternal Extravaganza.
Welcome back. Next match is up. We kept a reasonable hand. We're getting thought seized here, which isn't the worst, I guess. Like, he could reasonably take the bird depending on like what the rest of his hand looks like here. Rich M is our opponent's name. Watsy, whatever. Another discard spell would be wonderful here. Live off the top. They do have vendor accounts. Captain Sendai with the brand new sub. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate that extra level of support, mate. I really appreciate it. I stream because I love it, but the subs allow me to do it as often as I am doing right now. I really appreciate it. So, welcome. With some fun emotes in chat, and get to help me keep doing this as often as I do. Cascade Bluff's interesting. Getting clicked? Sure, click results. We have 2 paths, so we don't have to kill this in response. Would not be surprised to see him take the resto here. Yeah, just wonderful. It went fine. I've taught that class enough times that it just kind of rolls off. Subscriptions are basically you pay money basically to support the channel and Twitch. Part of the money goes to Twitch and part of the money goes directly to me, the person who streams. Helps people who enjoy the content that want to show that like extra level of support and help me do what I do. Do that. You know, Twitch has a good platform. So we've got a Chord here. Thoughtseize means he might be a little bit light on counter magic. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play out the Wooded Foothills since we have 2 of those. And I think I'm going to Chord for a voice at his end step. Yep, Twitter is the Twitter or Facebook. Sleight of hand. Could be a combo deck. Maybe I want to hold this if he's a combo deck. Click makes me think he's playing fair. This could go either way. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to path this in response. That's interesting. Explains the Cascade Bluffs. I'm going to path this in response to the trigger. And if we brick off and we just draw another land here, we're going to Chord for a bird. Or a Noble Hierarch, actually. So yeah, I actually don't really mind drawing a land here because it means his Thought Not just drew us a card. It basically traded our Chord for a mana creature, but it means we're going to be fairly live off the top of the deck. So we'll get Noble Hierarch here, and then he can't take a spell away from us. Tasigur is going to be annoying here. Yep, it's a Delve card, just by the way his mana's tapping. Although you can tell what your opponent's doing just by how Magic Online makes them play. We've already burned two of these. We want to draw another Chord or an Eternal Witness. Maybe he's got a Big Fish. It feels like a Delve spell. This could be a Murderous Cut, I suppose. No, Tasigur. It is Tasigur. Sure. Alright. Could be anything. Even a path that we want. Alright. There's the Chord of Calling I asked for. Am I just courting now? 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I feel like I'm just courting now. While he's tapped out. He's gonna get to activate the Tasigur, but that's fine. Just go find Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness is gonna rebuy Path to Exile. I could get Restoration Angel if I was greedy here, but I feel like the odds of him not being able to kill this Witness are pretty high, and I want to just be able to like take his Tasigur off the table. Revoker always on Gristlebrand. Yeah, I think so. I think that's technically correct. Ghost Quarter's annoying, so we don't want to fetch our fourth basic out if we can avoid it. I'm assuming he's activating Tasigur to start. Jace Friend's Prodigy. That's obnoxious. We have another thing that we have to kill. No blocks. And that's a pretty good draw. I mean, I guess we lead on this. That mana doesn't activate Tasigur. So in response to this trigger, I'm going to Chord for Restoration Angel and blink Eternal Witness and rebuy the other Path to Exile. That's a good draw. Okay, so opponent has mis-sequenced here. He should have waited until the Restoration Angel trigger went on to the stack. I think we're still getting Resto here. I suppose I could get Glenelendra Archmage, but I think I'd like to... Oh, I suppose I can just get Eternal Witness, right? Yeah, he's out of cards. I've got a couple of choices here. We could just get Resto and Cantrip it on the Wall of Omens. We could get Witness, rebuy the Path. Path is Jace. We could get... we could Witness, rebuy Chord. I think it's Witness, and I think we're supposed to rebuy... I kind of just like rebuying the Path to Exile. Because then... Witness into combat. The problem is with this Tasigur activation, we have to give him something back. And if I just like get this path back right now, I can like give him a discard spell, or I can give him... Or I can just give him the lightning bolt back. Yeah, I like just like clearing his board here. And like both turn off auto yields. Both of us being in top deck mode, I can just give him a bolt here. So like giving him any of these cards back, going for the aggressive line doesn't feel particularly good. So now he's got no cards. We've both got a bunch of mana. We've got Wall of Omens. Fetch Breeding Pool here. Yeah. In case we draw Glenelendra. Could be anything, even in here. If we get mana leaks here, I feel pretty bad about myself, but I want to discard this land. Not playing around a main deck sweeper. The sweet thing about Nahiri in this deck and these more grindy matchups is that instead of like always hoping to draw Chord of Calling, we're like always hoping to draw Chord or Nahiri when we get into the late game. Could be anything, even a Nahiri. Yep. Bolt Snap Bolt. Bolt Snap Bolt's pretty good. One good set of draws deserves another, right? Yep. It's a good thing we have 3 more of these in our deck. It's a pretty good one. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Dreadbore starts seeing a little bit of play either. I'm going to hold this land in case we draw one of our other 3 Nahiris. Auto yield those, and this game's probably going to go. The match's probably going to go a little long. Dreadbore is fine. It's like marginally worse than Terminate. It's like just doesn't kill Celestial Colonnade. That's actually a great draw. Gives us another point of Exalted, which turns the clock up. No, opponent's playing a bit of a brew. Thought Not Here is not standard in Grixis. So Celestial Purge seems fine. I think Unified Will is probably good. Helix is okay. He's got Snapcaster and Jace. Eidolon of Rhetoric is fine. Fulminator Mage doesn't seem particularly good. Lone Missionary doesn't seem particularly good. I like to cut some mana creatures in the matchups where they're going to have access to Anger of the Gods or Damnation or Sweeper post board. I'm going to cut a Quasily Pride Mage, I think. Yeah, one more card to cut here. I don't know if I want the extra Scooz. I guess Scooz is good because he's got a lot of troops. He doesn't have that many troops, to be honest. Maybe the Exarch can go. Yeah, I probably don't ever want to just, like, draw 1/4. It seems pretty poor. I don't think I have anything I want to cut for this extra scavenging because I'd rather, like, have Wall of Omens to block and stuff. So I'd like to say thank you to a little over 500 people we have hanging out watching here this afternoon. Thanks for spending part of your Tuesday afternoon battling some Modern here with us. Now, there's a lot of different things you could be doing and great people you could be watching, so thanks for choosing to spend part of your time here. Opponent mulliganed. This hand needs some lands in it, but like we've got reasonable plays in the lands that we have. Opponent's down to 5 cards. Sounds great. Hey, we had a Hero's Downfall in the Giftschrog deck. Play a bird to die. Thank you, Niku. I hope I pronounced that right. Alright, drew the bolt for his turn. Shock this in, play the old Voice of Resurgence, sing a song, ba-da-bum, bum-ba-da-bum, bum-bum. I've kind of wanted to Steam Vents a couple of times already, too, in these leagues, so that may or may not happen at some point here. I think I'm obligated to path this. Like, he's missing land drops, he mulliganed. I guess this gives him a land, but still, like, this card can just, like, take over a game. The question is whether or not I want to fetch shock this Windswept Teeth into play. We need to shock because we have the Kiki Chord in our hand. I don't think that's too aggressive because we have the Scavenging Ooze in our hand to gain some life back. So I'm going to go ahead and get Sacred Foundry here and put the Wall of Roots out. Then we can Nahiri next turn. I guess we could have gotten a basic and then just discarded the Kiki to Nahiri. Yeah, actually, I think I like that better, thinking about it a little bit. Davian Sal with the brand new sub. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that extra level there. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna push this up. I guess we're only one red source off of like Kikiing the voice. That'll be in the Spellscape for now. I'm gonna hold on to that white source for now. I subbed for the song. This past weekend was a modern SCG Open. So we're snap bolting my Nahiri. That's fine. We've got two looks to find a red source to start Kikiing Voice of Resurgence. Found it right away. Sounds great. So I discard that. Play this. Greg fetch. Get this. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Play this. We're in a Kiki voice, so Kiki reads that you sacrifice the thing that it's targeting at end step, so this voice is going to make an elemental token. The only way this game goes poorly for us is if he has an Anger of the Gods, which he likely has some of in his 75. So we're not just out of the woodwork yet. That being said, if he does Anger, he's going to need like Ghost Quarter himself into Anger to not lose his chase. We've got that going for us. Then we still have this Nahiri sitting on the board ticking up. If he doesn't have Anger, I think we might just like Kiki this elemental token next turn and just like get in with that, just because it's a lot of damages. Like play Kiki the elemental token, play this Scavenging Ooze out, that makes these elementals 6/6s. He's probably just going to bolt the Kiki here. Yeah, that's fine. We got an elemental out of it. So Kiki replaced itself with an elemental token and took a lightning bolt away from our opponent. Like both super reasonable things to be doing. Yeah, Resto sounds great. Been that for now. Lightning Helix also sounds okay. I'm gonna go boop boop and play this Scavenging Ooze, and then we can Helix something plus activate Scavenging Ooze twice to get it out of bolt range if we need to. We can also play Restoration Angel on his turn. So again, just like attacking from a bunch of different angles. We've got the creatures on the board that he has to deal with or they'll kill him. We've got the Nahiri he has to deal with or it'll kill him. We've got, extra threats in our hand, instant speed. He could counter this, but then we get another voice elemental, so that's fine. Got him. That's the sound my phone makes for some reason when when someone calls me and then hangs up. Did it get better from yesterday? We did trim some things and make it a little bit more efficient. We cut like the Phantasmal Image and the Trigger Mage package, some of the more cute things, and just like have the more important cards: Staticaster, Unified Will, Exarch, Clen. Glenelendra been better than Sin Collector. Staticaster's been a little bit worse than Pontiff. I think it's a net positive, but I don't know. Can't be sure. Just play a few more matches before we're 100%. Yep, this is a fine 6. Yeah, we're down to 61. Just my usual 61 Kiki nonsense. Yeah, I thought sees me. Do it. Do it. Get me. Take my magic cards, nerd. Do it. Don't take my Emrakul. How will I ever win without my Emrakul? Do you want to come in here and hang out with your papa? Are you upset? Would you like to come say hi to the internet, D-Money? You want Dad to open the gate and let you come in? Especially, so it's not entertaining? Oh, look at you walking like a giant guy. Say hi, internet. My name is Declan. I'm a giant baby. In the most literal sense, I'm a giant baby. Need some D-Money cam? Who doesn't love a good D-Money cam? You're way cuter than Dad. Yeah? D likes to party. D likes to party. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Get some D-Money emote going on there in chat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Another Delverino, huh? All right. So I think we're going to jam in Quasily Pride Mage here. Probably fetch basic Forest. It's weird having Delver be a deck again with, what's his name, putting up a result with it. I'm blanking on Ryan Overturf. You can find links to the deck list below the stream. Always. Is your hand delicious? What do you think? Oh, you want to see the birthday card that Great Grandpa sent you? Want to see that? Read it over very intently. Go for the throat, my Quasily Pride Mage. Sure. Is this a better version? I rarely use strictly better. Oh, please miss a land drop. Please miss a land drop. Please miss a land drop. Please. Woo! Yeah, all right. Fetch basic mountain. Exile your idiot. God bless. Can't counter that without blue manas. Watch him pitch a 4-drop to Disrupting Shoal. Get it out of here. He can bolt in a Hiri, that's fine though. Traded 2 for 1. We did it, team. We did it. And if he doesn't bolt in a Hiri, we're just like super far ahead. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. Discard that one. Oh yeah, D-Money. Dad's excited too. Dad's excited too. Your dad loves you so much. I'm just going to go ahead and jam this Restoration Angel now. Howdy, Josuto? I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. So I'm assuming he drew a Delve Troop here. Stop making all these changes look fun. The opponent is conveniently on 15. They have done the beginning of the work for us. La, 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 la. Rawr, rawr. You got a Delve guy, or is Bounding Crisis an option for Exarch? No, I want the Exarch to be able to tap artifacts, so we can exile the artifacts with Nahiri. That's why it is what it is. We're gonna go ahead and fetch a Stomp 'em aground here. Yeah, yeah, I hear that cackle. Pass this one. I'm gonna play this bird out so we have a second blocker in case he kills the Resto and flips the Delver. Do I want to play the wall out? I feel like I want to play the wall out because it can block a potential future Tasker. I'm going to hold the Stomping Ground for now because I might want to bend that to Nahiri next turn. Yeah, I'm not going to attack here because I want to be able to block this Delver if it flips. Make him have a removal spell plus a flip. Beast Falco, good luck on your test. Falcon, Super Falcon. Yeah, you a happy fat baby? Happy fat baby, what a good combination. Happy fat combo! Combo, happy fat! Shocked all the way down to 12. Didn't flip his Delver. Jeez, everything is coming up, Millhouse. Dark Confidant. That seems greedy. Do I just like play this and nah, we should probably make him kill both of our things, right? I'm gonna hold the Noble Hierarch to discard to this next turn in case he pokes it. Well, that's a penalty for leaving the Noble Hierarch in her hand. I suppose he did show us he has discard. Good old Bob Tassiger, yep. The fact that he has Dark Confidant makes me expect that he doesn't have a lot of Tassigers and Garmag Anglers. So he's a Lightning Bolt here too. Now if he had a Bolt, he could just like bolt down the Nahiri, right? Now I'm just gonna jump, 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 jump. Glad I didn't attack with the Resto. See if he's got a bolt for this. He might have a bolt for this. Or he might just be making me play it out. One of the two. I'd probably make me click it out. Show him that I got it. Show him that I put an Emrakul in my deck. Where's the Squidbilly? Put the Squidbilly on the table. He extends his noodly appendages. Get got. Delver player, get got. Alright, what do I not want? I don't want Fulminator Mage. And a donation! Captain Max Elvo donated $3. Heads donated again. Your baby is freaking cute. Thank you. He is quite adorable. Exarch doesn't seem particularly great. Don't really have specific things we want to be tapping down on over our opponent. Lone Missionary seems medium. I think we don't want it on average. Again, could see trimming some mana creatures, but mana creatures are better against the Delver variants. Spellskite's medium. He's shown us that he has Go for the Throat. He likely has Culligan's Command as well, and Spellskite's not stellar against Culligan's Command, so I'm going to trim one of those. And I think I want to trim some chords, so they're likely bringing in Dispels. Okay, I like the rest of the cards that we've got going on here. This specific list feels completely reasonable. We 3-2'd the last league with it. We're 2-0 in this one, so probably on target to at the very least 3-2. Chords are probably a pretty safe bet. I'm going to keep this. Opponent's playing discard spells. I just want to be able to cast any cards that we draw. We could, like, mulligan this into a hand that has more action in it and then get Thoughtseize and then have less action all of a sudden, so go nuts. My motto against decks with this card is just don't mulligan. Have lands and spells keep. A deck for the Jersey Invitational. We got a little while before that. So I'll put my camera back up at the normal angle since D-Money is off doing his thing. God, the autofocus on that thing is great. The old shock myself pass. I'm going to play this tapped and pass. Watch him cast Thought Scour here at end step, but I think this is an okay hedge. Ah, rats, we've been had. We've been had! It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Probably has both. Yeah, I think has both is reasonable. We didn't draw 2 drops, like we're not really getting punished for it. Huh, we just getting electrolyzed? Is that why he didn't do it? Nahiri means that you're flooded less often. Nahiri turns extra lands into action, and I added the 23rd land back into the deck because we needed more blue sources, and I didn't want to cut another colored source for a blue source. If we can dodge Tasigur for a little while here, we're actually not in that bad of a spot. Like, as long as he doesn't have pressure, we just have, like, infinite time. He's playing just Helix on a bunch of time. I mean, he's got Bobs and Dark Confidant. He's got Dark Confidants and Delvers and stuff. I mean, he knows we have a pile of lands in our hand, so that remand seems silly. Bobs and Dark Confidants, yep. Alright, so we're losing the Eternal Witness here, which kind of sucks, but whatever. When your opponent has Snapcaster Mage and spell you want, always take the Snapcaster Mage, because otherwise they just snap back the spell. You get to resto this Wall of Omens. Snapcaster Probe. Try Try and hit a land drop? Sure. That means we're going to play Restoration Angel on Wall of Omens on our turn, so that way he can't mana leak it or remand it on us. Restoration Angel also provides a very real clock. Another land. Wonderful. Well, the good news is we're going to be able to cast whatever we draw. And we're not under a ton of pressure. Like, even this Wall of Omens checks the Snapcaster Mage, so not really concerned with the spot we're in, even though we have a lot of lands in our hand. At some point, we're going to need to draw action if he draws action, but until he does, we're not really obligated. I really like the blue cards in our match we played against Ad Nauseam, but it shouldn't be a surprise that they're better there, so. You know what he drew for the turn? It was Thought Scour, since he didn't cast that during our end step. Hi, tiny baby. Yeah, are you super cute? You want to see the card your other grandparents got you? Declan is an entire year old, so he got birthday cards in the mail. He's a giant 1-year-old. Block with my Wall of Omens. This is a free attack. Even if he wants to bolt down the Wall of Omens, I am A-okay with that. I'm not okay with him bolting down the Restoration Angel, though, so that's why I'm not playing that out. One snap. Snapcaster seems worse than Eternal Witness most of the time. It's pretty unfortunate that he got to play out 2 Snapcaster Mages here, because next turn we're going to play Eidolon of Rhetoric, and then he's not going to be able to use Snapcaster anymore, but it'll still be reasonable against him. How tall am I? I am just over 6 foot. Bottom top. See if he had a 5th land. I might just Helix his Dome here and attack him with the Resto, and then like play this Eidolon and just like take him to the old Brown Town beatdown here. I'm gonna snag Breeding Pool in case we draw the Glenelendra at some point. Scavenging Ooze is also not bad. Just like play this and like make it big. That doesn't seem unreasonable. What do I think about the Slivers deck? I think, like most of the other Aether Vial decks in Modern, the other Aether Vial aggressive decks in Modern is probably just worse than Merfolk. Chord for Mystic Stake is sweet. Double blue is hard, though. Yeah, Screws is definitely the play. And get terminated, but like if he's terminating Scavenging Ooze, then he's not terminating Restoration Angel, and if he terminates Restoration Angel, then the Scavenging Ooze gets bigger and gets to start beating him down. So just like gonna rock in a hard place here. Like I said, the games where they don't just like get underneath us, we definitely. Yeah, that's fine. You slaughter pacted me. So speaking of fun Chris Anderson stories, because people seem to like those of this channel, I watched him miss his slaughter pack trigger in Indianapolis over the weekend, and then appeal to the head judge to try and like not get the game loss that he was gonna get. Yeah, something's wrong with MTG bot. It's not coming off of mod only mode properly for some reason. I'm gonna leave the resto in here for now. Yeah, let's just eat it. I just won't crack the fetch this turn. So if he has a bolt here, he can trade 2 Snapcaster Mages and a bolt for this. No, he can't even do that, right? Yeah, this is fine. Oh, I'm still on damage step. So Eidolon might seem like an odd card to board in this matchup, but opponent has a lot of cantrips in their deck. It also turns off Snapcaster Mage. It doesn't die to Lightning Bolt. It's just like super reasonable. Ah, crap. I made a small mistake here. Hopefully our opponent didn't draw a card to punish us for it. I should have exiled his Snapcaster Mage during his upkeep or draw step or even on my turn, because if he draws a Delve creature here, he can Delve it away and we can't respond to it with the Scavenging Ooze activation. So if he has a Delve Troop here, I've missed a plus power on the Scavenging Ooze, which could end up costing us the game. So opponent can't respond to anything here because he's already cast his one spell for the turn. So I'm just going to Helix his guy here, and then he will see our lands, and then it will be our turn. Go ahead and grab some more green mana here. Get Temple Garden and Stomping Ground. Because the floor on Static Caster is lower than the floor on Pontiff. Pontiff, when you have a matchup where it can't do anything, like they have no creatures for you to give -1/-1/2, Pontiff at least attacks for 1 and occasionally pumps your team. Static Caster does stone nothing in the matchups where they don't have creatures for it to kill. Sky Hussar. I mean, I've played worse cards than that, I suppose. I don't think we have enough white creatures to support that. Do we need a diaper change after this matchup? Maybe a diaper change in a bottle? Does that sound good? Don't bite me. Ow. Ow, don't bite me. Chord's a phenomenal draw. So, if I attack with Scavenging Ooze and Eidolon of Rhetoric, he has to block the Scavenging Ooze. If he blocks here, he only goes to 7, and then he dies to the Scavenging Ooze. So we're just going to go ahead and attack with both of these here. He has to jump the Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, they played 61 because they were playing my deck lists. In fact, at least one of those people came up to me and said point blank that they were playing one of my old lists, which is fine. Like, I've worked on these decks a lot, and like 61 is great. And this is the single best thing Eidolon does in these blue matchups. I just get to Chord here, and he just can't do anything because he's cast a spell already. Bone just actually just can't do anything. What do I want here? Do I want to just like loop? I feel like I want to just loop. Although Glenelendra probably means I can't lose the game. Yeah, I'm just gonna get Glenelendra. And that's why I just corded for 6. I should have just corded for 5, because, like, the most expensive thing in my deck is 5 Sans Emrakul. But, like, that's great. And again, I didn't leave blue up, but he can't do anything here because he's already cast a spell for the turn. Pia wins. Sure, Pia wins assuming he has Stone Cold Nothing. Oh. Oh, I'm a big dumb stupid. Look at me. Look at how stupid I am. Man. This doesn't work with Persist how I want it to work. This doesn't work with Persist how I want it to work. Whoops. Well, that could have gone better for us. Hold on, D-Money. Dad's busy losing. Well, if we would have just held that chord, I don't think we can lose this game. So now he can just jump with his zombie, which is fine. To play Nahiri and pitch something. Oh, wait. Still in the damage step. Does Dad need to get a bottle now? Sooner rather than later? Don't bite me, you little piranha. Don't bite me, you little cannibal. Stop biting me. That's so rude. That's so rude. Don't bite your father. Don't you cackle after you bite me. You think this is a game? You think this is a game where you bite your father? And check this out. He casts a spell here. Celestial Purge his guy. Get it out of here. He has 4 teeth. He's got the perfect teeth to bite people. He's got 2 teeth on the front and the bottom, and 2 teeth on the front and the top. It just like chomps down like little razor blades. Little tiny razor blades. No, he had some goldfish after he woke up from his nap, but it's about time for a bottle, so. I know, your dad is so mean. Ow. Ow. Celestial Purge exiles opposing Nahiris. Oh, Culligan's command is. Oh, that's savage. Man, that was like worst case scenario because I wanted to path this. Okay. This was a bad line against Culligan's command. I guess he has to kill it with, I guess Scavenging Ooze blocks it. Okay, try not to make Daddy misclick. Alright, there we go. Ship. Got him under the abyss here. I wanted to path on his turn. I guess it really doesn't matter. Yeah, he's just like dead 6 different ways. Alright, I'm going to run a quick commercial, and then we're going to go ahead and play some more. We're 3-0 in this league. We're going to finish it out. And then probably play a little bit more after that. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Welcome back, folks. Thanks for hanging out through the short delay. 3 minutes, not bad. Thank you to the 500 people that stuck with us. Only lost about a hundo. That's not too bad. The old ADD Twitch community. I'm not sure I have enough games to make a full... The blue cards are letting us attack from a nice angle, but I'm not sure that it's better than having the Sin Collector and the Pontiff. I'm not sure. Unified Will seems super sweet though. I've always been a sucker for Glenelendra Archmage. Do you have to show me actually the pros and cons? Light blue splash, no mute for 306 seconds, please. Do you mind asking every day pros and cons? No mute. All right, so yeah, basically it improves the spell-based combo matchup. Is basically the TLDR is that it increases your percentage in the spell-based combo matchup. It probably makes Tron a little bit better too. Unified Will is pretty good against them. Glenelendra is good against them. Like we can Chord for this to counter Ugins and O-Stones. So this feels reasonable. I don't know if it's better than black, but it feels reasonable. Yeah, right? Just handed him his bottle, holding it himself. That's the best. That's the best upgrade your children can get is hold their own bottle. Any plans for Hex today? Yeah, I think we're gonna finish out this league and then play a couple matches of Hex to close out the stream. I'm in the middle of a gauntlet from last night with the Mono Ruby burn deck, and I'd like to finish that up. I think you should, regardless of what splash you're playing, you should probably be playing 4 Nahiris and an Emrakul. The 4 Nahiris and an Emrakul feel super, super reasonable. Best upgrades when they can use the toilet. That's fair. I guess I don't really know that because neither of mine use the toilet yet. My 2-year-old isn't potty trained. Not being able to cast, if Birds of Paradise could make colorless mana, we'd play a Thought Knot Seer for sure. But it doesn't, so we're not. I say thanks for the advice. Going with Merfolk. Good luck this weekend. Thanks, Loco. You too. Good luck in your opponent mulligan to 5. Opponent is 0-0, so can't really get a feel for if they're playing a real deck or not. Hopefully they're playing something where Voice of Resurgence is going to be good. Just going to bottom the 3rd voice. Not Boggles, not Boggles, not Boggles, Boggles. It's Boggles, isn't it? Yep, it's a Slippery Boggle because he's playing a Spit Color card. Yep. God bless Magic Online. Opponent mulligan to 5s, leads on Razor Verge Ticket. It has to be Boggles, 10 out of 10, right? Yeah, colorless is now a thing. We basically have 6 colors. There's colorless mana and generic mana now. Wow. Just sweet. Opponent mulligan for a reason. Play my Grizzly Bear. Now I have to buy 2. You should have just bought 4 Nahiris when they were cheap. I actually only own 3 Nahiris, so I feel you. I don't own Emrakul either. Hex question. What's the best way to convert gold into plat? You want to use the trade chat in client generally. Solhana Ledgewalker? Oh, this is a matchup where Leonin, where Static Caster is much worse than Pontiff, which I don't think is super relevant, but it's definitely the case that this, and we can Chord for Spellskite starting next turn, which is great. I think I'm shipping with this. Just start clocking him. Yeah, we're going to finish out this league, and then we're going to play a couple matches of Hex with the burn deck and the gauntlet that I'm in right now. And we played with, if you stopped by last night. How's this been performing? We're 6-2 on the day with it. 6-2 sounds right. Suppression Field. Yeah, Suppression Field resolves. Nice fetch land. I guess I'm not courting for Spellskite. Probably just going for the combo now. I mean, I wouldn't say no to a free Emrakul. I'll give you my mailing address. I have a P.O. box. I've been playing Benvolio for the Burn Champion. If we had a Pontiff in our deck, we would just court for Pontiff next turn and wreck him. So we're definitely lost some percentage points here because of the configuration we're playing. Hanging Umbra, sure. Blade Cover Scout, sure. This doesn't seem good. You're not winning this race, opponent. So I can attack with these two voices and then chord for a witness and then just like go up the chain. Although I guess chording into the combo is not even good, right? Because he has suppression field. So I guess I'm attacking with a voice of resurgence here and then chording for restoration angel to block his guy. I could also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could chord for spell skite and pay 2 to activate it. So yeah, so I'm just gonna attack with this for now. I could also get a I can't fetch and activate a Quadraleaf Pride Mage. I need to leave the voice back for that. Mainboard suppression field's not unheard of in Boggles. If he has Daybreak Coronet here, that's kind of bad. Alright, so Ethereal Armor. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and chord for Spellskite here and steal this. Alright, X is 3. Oh yeah, that is one too many, isn't it? So let's chord. Boop. Boop. So I could have gotten Quadraleaf Pride Mage, actually. I'm a big silly. I guess I don't have to pay life to do this. Yeah, I can do this, and then I can make blue plus pay 2. Oh, no, wait. 1, 2, 3. No, I was right. I was right the whole time. It's just Magic Online is dumb. Okay. No, I have to pay. Yeah, my original counting was correct. Daybreak Coronet's worth a lot of money, actually. If you have them, you should sell them. Alright, that's our free-ish win. We get to bring in Engineered Explosives and Reclamation Sage. And probably Unified Will, right? Like, that doesn't seem completely unreasonable. Glenelendra seems fine. Exarch doesn't seem particularly good. Scavenging Ooze isn't good. Voice of Resurgence isn't very good. Lone Missionary is not great. Voice is better than Lone Missionary. Oh, is it down? That's fair. It was worth a lot for a while there. I don't know if I want to leave in all the paths. If they have, I'm going to shave. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut these and leave this extra voice in and bring the helixes in. The reason why I'm doing this is because he has Solhana Ledgewalker, he might not be playing whatever it's called, the core that draws cards when he plays enchantments. He may or may not be playing that card. So I'm just going to go ahead and submit like this, I think. Yeah, that's why. So normally, if I didn't see the Ledgewalker, I'd leave in the all of my paths because like killing Spirit Dancers or killing the whatever it's called is pretty important. But leaving in just one as a small hedge, I think is fine. Put him along into 6. His hand's medium. We bought him to bad card. We have Bird on 1 in the wall though, so hopefully we can get something going here. Draw Engineered Explosives on 1. Can we dodge Ranker? Nope. Never. And Ethereal Armor? Oh, just Tiny Number. Okay. It's not the complete nuts draw. Just mostly. We played Trinket Mage the other day. It just felt too cute. We had a Pithing Needle in there and 1 EE. I think I'd rather just have 2 EEs. Well, drawing like this is definitely not going to win this matchup. Loaming Shaman. I didn't catch that message earlier. I don't really think we need help in the graveyard matchups. I think generally you're just the Spirit Mantle, sure. Well, I guess we'll take our 1 draw step. I think generally you're a little bit ahead there anyways. We could draw Engineered Explosives and clear off all his 1-mana enchantments. Are you upset? So if we run off the second Engineered Explosives, we can kill this thing, assuming he doesn't draw another Umbra. So this won't kill his Boggle. And again, this isn't to win the game. This is just to be in it. He has an Umbra on here, so the Bogle doesn't die. This just kills his 3 1-mana enchantments. So we take 2. Still can't block this because Spirit Mantle gets protection for creatures. He has a Ranker back in his hand. So we need Quazzly Pride Mage, Reclamation Sage, or second Engineered Explosive. Second Engineered Explosive is the best right here, unless he has an Umbra. Probably dead. Yeah, it's kind of curious that he chose to put the Ranker on this. I guess this is protection from creatures. Sure. He game 3 on the play here. Hopefully get a good 7. Yeah, I'm going to cut this extra Path to Exile. I don't think he's on anything that can hit. The extra P, maybe. Actually, the extra Lone Missionary. Lone Missionary seems fine, just like randomly gain 4. Oh, Nahiri was an out too. I always forget that we have Nahiri as a way to interact with enchantments now. If you wanted to specifically hit out Dredge, Loaming Shaman's probably fine. I guess you could even go deep and like play Anger of the Gods. I've seen someone else do that before. It didn't seem completely awful. Come on, Worth. We added a land. We added a land this morning. Yeah, it's unfortunate that, like, I was of the opinion that this matchup was fairly reasonable for us before we had Nahiri, and now that we have 4 Nahiri, we're just, like, go 3 games without drawing them. Alright, well, that's pretty good. Any number of target cards. You choose any number of cards that your opponent puts from their graveyard back into their deck. Ethereal Armor, please just be another Umbra. 4/4, sure. Not blocking this because we need this guy to Chord at some point. It's only 4 damage now. If he hits a trample enchantment, we feel a little bit bad about not blocking there, but yeah, we've got half our Nahiri Emrakul combo. What's the worst that could happen? You're the one that controls the ability on Loaming Shaman. The controller of an activated ability always chooses the targets for that activated ability. Daybreak, Coronet. Yep. All right. Well, he doesn't have protection from creatures or trample, so we do just get to start blocking here, which is, we got that going for us at least. We also really don't care about him gaining a bunch of life because Nahiri. So I'm gonna play this. We're going to throw away a Noble Hierarch next turn and Chord for Reclamation Sage, I think, here. Oh, is your mouth hurting, bud? Poor kid Steven. So in a world where he keeps breaking off and we find some action... Here. Drink your bottle. Drink your bottle. Alright. So we're gonna block with this. And okay, we're gonna chord for... Huh. What are we chording here? I mean, we mulliganed to 4 this game, essentially, because there's an Emrakul in our hand, so I don't want to hear about how Boggles is reasonably good. We could get Rex Sage, or we could just start going up the combo chain. I think I'm supposed to start going up the combo chain here. I think that's what we're supposed to be doing. I'm just going to get Witness and rebuy Court of Calling. And then next turn, we can block with Witness, Chord for Resto, get back Chord. I drew Rex Sage. Shock myself here. Yeah, I need to shock myself to Chord for Resto, so pass the turn. So we have to dodge, like, Rancor here. Rancor gives him +3 power. I guess I can block with the Wall of Omens if he does that. He's probably holding a path, sure. Stony Silence, sure. I mean, if you can't beat anything, don't play around anything. That's the correct way to play Magic. We can't beat a path, so we're not going to play around it. Like, you know, maybe he doesn't have it. We just go for it, right? Feel like I'm supposed to just go for it. All right. Sometimes I don't have it. Get got. And now a word from our sponsors.
Oh, hi there, folks. It's Television's Ruben Bressler here from Tales of Adventure to talk about Eternal Extravaganza, which is one of the highlights of the Magic calendar in 2016. This fourth installment of EE will be taking place June 18th and 19th at the Merchant Square Mall in historic Allentown, Pennsylvania. There's a 15K Legacy main event on Saturday, and both modern and vintage 10Ks on Sunday. Every player that registers for any of the 3 main events will receive an awesome exclusive EE4 playmat. Prizes will be paid down all the way to X and 3 in Legacy and X and 2 in both vintage and modern, and all 3 event champions will receive not only top prizes, but also some really sweet looking trophies. For those that can't make it, I'm sorry, but we will be broadcasting EE4 live on twitch.tv/Tales of Adventure throughout the weekend. So visit eemagic.com or check out the hashtag EE4MTG to learn how you can become an Eternal Master this June 18th and 19th at Eternal Extravaganza.
Welcome back. Oh, we're 4-0. To battle one more time here. How do we feel about the blue splash? It feels good. The Glenelender is always a busted Magic card. I like having access to it. Have we done literal anything with Exarch yet? No, we have not. We also just haven't been drawing Nahiris, so easy mulligan. Come on, Worth! Come on! Keep, I guess. Still on affinity, okay. Don't have Kataki in the 75. Slow affinity start, great. That's good for us. Opponent mulligan to 6 at least. He topped his card, that's scary. Okay. Play this out. Alright, somewhat steady. Yeah, definitely, Mr. Tez. To Pikachu running on screen there, thank you for the follow. I appreciate the support. I don't know that the Pride Mage is going to be enough to swing this game. You have to like go in on the Arcbound Ravager pretty loosey-goosey for the Pride Mage to win the game single-handedly. Getting Sacred Foundry here. Could play that and exile something. Doesn't seem terrible. Huh. Could also just play the Pride Mage out. Kind of like playing the Nahiri and exiling something. He's kind of choked on mana. Can I take him off a Darksteel Citadel? I guess that means he just kills the Nahiri with the Vault Scourge. I also just like play Nahiri and plus it. Actually, that doesn't seem terrible. Yeah, I'm going to play the Nahiri and plus it. Like, maybe he just doesn't respect it and we kill him with an Emrakul. The Scavenging Ooze is not particularly good in our hand. We draw like Path to Exile here. That's one of our better cards. Restoration Angel is also not bad. There's also a world where his hand continues to be clunky and we get to please no cranial plating one time. Alright. Doesn't look like cranial plating just yet. Sweet. He's respecting the Nahiri, which is great. She's just going to buy us a lot of time here. It'll be interesting to see if he goes in on one of these to kill it. It'd be great if he doesn't. I mean, if he does, I guess we can probably Pride Mage the one he goes in on. Wow, yeah, he's going in on one. Okay. That's good for us. Probably on the Blink Ball Texas here. You want some more goldfish, bud? Well, that's also a thing that could happen too. So, yeah. Play this, pass the turn, sure. Out of cards, so opponent's just dead. Actual 0 cards in their hand. Can't lose. Without misclicking, we can't lose. Block. Blink it with Resto. I mean, I did just pour goldfish, a pile of goldfish, on the footstool. Dead you. The money, your mama's home. You gonna make me click through this? I can't even make the joke if this is a competitive league yet. Tomorrow we'll make that joke. Wouldn't even block MTGO, could just kill my bird, right?
What are you eating?
He's got goldfish.
Hey, Munchkin. You reading a book? Can I read the book with you? Why did you put garbage in this bag? This is not a bag of garbage.
It looked like a bag of garbage.
It's not a bag of garbage.
Quality use of our time. Good. Opponent decides he's not going to time us out this game, which is probably true, opponent. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. The old Stony Silence Engineered Explosives combo boarding in here. Scavenging Ooze and Voice of Resurgence are not particularly great. I think the Nahiri Emrakul package comes out in this matchup. I think this is one where they just kind of go wide, and she doesn't seem stellar. I could see a couple Nahiri being left in, but I don't think I want the Emrakul. I think I'd rather have the utility of the Chords. Although I guess we don't have Chord for... We don't have Chord for Kataki, so maybe Nahiri's better than Chord. But like cording for Resto and cording for Exarch and cording for Fulminator Mage and Lone Missionary, all of these seem better than... I don't know if I want to cut all of them. Maybe I just want to trim 2. Deceiver Exarch doesn't seem... I guess Deceiver Exarch plus Nahiri is kind of cool. I think Nahiri, no Emrakul. Yeah, I could see that. Like no trim a Missionary maybe. Glenn might be too clunky. Like they definitely have non-creature spells, but like Glenn could be too clunky. It only gets rid of tapped artifacts, so that means I need to leave the Deceiver Exarch in. I think we're gonna try this out. Let's give this a go. She also lets me like loot through Engineered Explosives while I have a Stony Silence on the table. Yeah, we can tap Cranial Plating and then Nahiri it. Let's give this a try. We can hit Plating with Deceiver Exarch. I think Tron is unwinnable. It's a mediocre card. Well, if you think Tron is unwinnable, you haven't played the matchup enough. Tron is very winnable, and playing a single copy of Fulminator and the Mage often pushes it over the top. Opponent kept 7, which is terrifying. Had an unkeepable 7. This hand's close. I think this is okay with the keep with a scry. Yep, keep the land.
Rude.
Ooh, engineered explosives for 0's looking pretty good.
Stop biting me.
Okay, well, we're just going to go ahead and I think we're going to go Temple Garden. I'm supposed to go Sacred Foundry. Probably Temple Garden path this. Yeah, I think that's the line. And I have to do it now because I don't want him to get an activation out of it. Gives him an extra mana next turn, but I think that's fine. Let's preserve our life total a little bit. If he has plating here, he can play Equip and Smash. Yeah, which he does. Looks like he doesn't have another mana, so pathing him is a little eh. Thankfully, we can Fulminator Mage as Darksteel Citadel. That was sarcasm for those in the audience.
Your sarcasm in the audience.
Just purest of 3-for-1s. Oh, Magic Online, why are you lagging so much? I could have waited to try and get another artifact out of him. That's definitely something I could have done. Because like he definitely would have played this pre-combat. It would have given him one more mana on his turn. Yeah, maybe blowing that on my turn right. No, he would have seen it. I'm a big dumb stupid. Ignore me. He would have seen it in play and not played that out. So I just feel like I have to point out that it's sarcasm for things like that in Magic streams because like people will be like, "Why is he talking about killing the Darksteel Citadel? It's indestructible. Oh no, blaga 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 blaga, blaga 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 blaga."
Your dad's a blaga blaga. You're cute.
So he's attacking with this. I think we have to block because otherwise we are dead to Galvanic Blast. She likely has. Just going to go ahead and play this out as an expensive removal spell and get rid of the Arcbound Ravager here. I'll get to Modular over onto Memnite, but that's whatever. Peace, Apple Tunes. Hopefully we're going to get to 5-0. It looks like we're losing this game, so we'll see. If he has Galvanic Blast, I think we're dead. We'll see. Having a Kataki would be nice. Okay, that's fair. Path was a little awkward this game. We'll see. He might even just kill the Nahiri here instead of putting us to 4. Unless he has another plating and can kill us. Master of Ethereum, sure. Okay, that's close. You got another artifact here? He has to kill Nahiri here, right? No, put me to 1? Sure. Exile that one. Play Wall of Omens. Can't beat Galvanic Blast, so we're not playing around it. Yet again, don't play around things you can't beat. Cast this. So we get to block. This is actually just trade with the Memnite, right? Although we probably needed to kill the Ink Moth next, otherwise that's going to kill us with Infect. Steel Overseer, sure. Sure. I think I'm just letting these trade. Yeah, I'm just gonna let these trade. He's gonna load up onto it, okay. And then I'm gonna use this to kill the Inkmoth Nexus. Alright, he's out of cards in hand here, so it's basically just our board against his. That's not bad. And another, we only have one other Nahiri in the deck, but it would be a good draw. Path's an okay draw. That's a pretty good draw. So I can Helix this, and then I can fetch Shock Chord for 2. Can't quite Chord for 3 yet. Blink Moth's kind of scary. I feel like I'm supposed to block with Bird and Chord for Pride Mage here. It's a fetch shock to do it. But I think that's what we're supposed to do. It gives us our best chance to have our mana open to do stuff next turn. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to block with the Bird. Blocking with Wall is better in case we draw Restoration Angel. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to fetch Shock. Just double check what we have to get here. Yeah, I'm going to fetch Shock and grab Pride Mage. Do we want another red source here in case we draw... We want a red source in case we draw Pia and Corindalar, right? I have 3 green, so I can just get Sacred Foundry. It's unfortunate that this has 4 power on its own, because we can't just kill the Cranial Plating. It's not great. Could have blocked with Wall, and next turn, Chord, Ewit / Resto with a land. Maybe. So now we block the Mem Knight with the Pride Mage, attack the Pride Mage, kill the Blinkmoth Nexus. Oh, you don't know how Quadsley Pride Mage works. Quadsley Pride Mage was just like, we drew a literal blank and we're not dead this turn, so if we draw another literal blank, we're dead. Resto, alright, you know. Am I supposed to do this now? I feel like I'm supposed to give him a chance to make a mistake here. He could just attack us with both, and if he attacks us with both... Signal Fest, sure, that doesn't matter. If he only attacks us with this, we get to block with this and flick it so we have it for another turn. If he should attack us with both here, I assume. Yeah, okay. So now we resto before blocks, and we chump the Wall and eat the Steel Overseer. We get a Path to Exile here that would be Stellar. Bird, okay. So blocks, block here, jump here. And even the Bird means we could draw a blank, and so long as he draws a blank, we aren't just dead. We unfortunately can't cast Kiki Jiki if we draw it. It's been a pretty good game so far. A lot of back and forth. We're a little flooded here at the end, but it's going to happen sometimes. It was really unfortunate that the land that we drew couldn't fetch a basic, and we had to take 2 extra points of damage, so we can't correct these fetches to get a 3rd red. So, oh yeah, this is a good line from the opponent. So he's going to eat both of our guys now. It does mean we get to trade. Well, he doesn't eat them. We get to trade with the Signal Pest. So we speed bump and trade here, and then Path to Exile, Reclamation Sage. Chord doesn't do it. Nahiri does it. Eternal Witness does it because it rebuys the path from the graveyard. Alright, and we just bricked off again. That's fine. We get a 3rd game on the play here. Or hopefully we'll get to keep 7 cards for a change. I feel like I navigated that game as best I could. I'll have to go back and watch it again. Fulminator Mage was reasonable there. I don't think I want to cut that. I think I want to trim some of the mana. I'm going to trim a Wall of Roots here. And add another Nahiri, and I think I really wanted to draw that in that game. Go ahead and submit. Yeah, a lot of back and forth for sure. This hand's so medium. I guess Spellskite and Witness Path are both reasonable.
What are you doing?
Doesn't seem. I feel like I want a mulligan because I have Stony Silences in my deck. But like, am I looking like just for Stony Silence?
Football. We don't play sports in this house.
What are? I know this is tough. We've got 16 minutes. What do we feel like? It's super okay hand. Yeah. So are we supposed to keep this?
You wanna go upstairs with me? Come on.
Mull to unplayable 6, right?
Wendy.
This hand's definitely good against his. Is probably reasonable against his average hands. We've got birds. It's probably better than a random 6. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Maybe he'll mulligan. Opponent kept 7 as well. That's probably not good for us. Maybe we'll just draw Stony Silence on 1. On 2, that would be great. This hand's pretty good against Thoughtseize. I guess we saw Thoughtseize last game. Artifacts do not have summoning sickness. Stone raining him when we plan to path to exile him probably isn't a very good idea. Just gonna go out on a limb and suggest that. I think I'm just fetch shocking off Sacred Foundry here and pathing the Signal Pest. Take no damage from combat this turn. Chat knows Fulminator wasn't the line. They just like to Stone Rain people. Hang around Twitch some more, you'll understand. This is significantly worse than a Restoration Angel would be here. Things worth noting. this was a Restoration Angel, we'd be winning this game in a not close manner. But instead, we've got this crappy Deceiver Exarch in our hand, which is a reason to not play it. And basically cut the third resto for this, which may or may not have been a good decision. If we dodge plating for a little while, we're in an okay spot. That's the card our hand can't interact with right now. Etch Champion we really don't care about. We can block that with Spellskite. Is that one good? Anyone know? Anyone know if this one is good? Can't get cranial plating anymore. You could have Wear Tear or something, but usually they're pretty cold to this card resolved. Now you can't Spellskite. I know, we're just the unluckiest. Another path's pretty good. That'll keep us from dying to his flyers. Hopefully. I'm going to pass this path as signal, pass to enter combat here. Or a Resto or a Chord away from taking over this game. And here would also probably be reasonable too, so we could cycle some of this crap out of our hand. Fulminator Mage deals one of these creature lands. I'm going to let him go ahead and attack here. And the reason why I'm doing this instead of tapping something with the Deceiver Exarch is because I want to ambush something with the Deceiver Exarch. He's attacking with Memnite here. So we're going to go ahead and Exarch. Untap the Bird of Paradise so we can path to exile something. We'll go ahead and we'll move to blocks here. We will block Spellskite to the 2-power guy, Deceiver Exarch. I'll eat this one. We will path. This is actually kind of a tough choice. We want to path the Vault Scourge or the Blink Moth. I think I want to path the Vault Scourge because this isn't killing us very quickly at all. So we can go ahead and take 2 damage and 1 infect here, and then we can Fulminator Mage him off of this. So even assuming we're drawing nothing, we're only taking 1 point of regular damage per turn. Ravager will get to modular onto something if we kill it in combat, so I don't really want to do that. He can't activate it because of Stony Silence, so... Playing this turn gives him a 1-turn window to draw something to kill the 1 Stony Silence we have, but I think that's worthwhile. Sure. Probably his best draw there, but I guess if he has something to kill this, that's his best draw, but... Oh, this is the stupid Master of Ethereum. Yep. That's pretty good. That's, like, really good, actually. He can't attack this turn, but it's going to be really good. Oh, he can attack with that, sure. Now we need to draw a Restoration Angel. Got punished for using my paths aggressively. So maybe I wasn't supposed to have used that second path to exile to save myself that point of life there, but again, it was going to save us multiple life over multiple turns, so I think it was right, but I'd be willing to accept that that was incorrect. No, we can just block the Arcbound Ravager, so I didn't really care to path the Arcbound Ravager. I wanted to path his guys that are flying because I can't block those. So we go block, 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 sacrifice this, kill this. Take one again this turn. Chord kills him over the course of 2 turns, which is nice. Just keep bricking off like we did last game. It's unfortunate. So this was the best draw in his deck, and he found it. And again, I gave this to him as an out by being a little bit aggressive with my second Path to Exile, so if I don't do that, we end up in a better spot here. Block, block, block. Am I supposed to just take this hit here? I feel like I'm supposed to take this hit this turn, because if we draw Resto, that lets us get back Path to Exile, so yeah, I'm going to take a hit for 2 here. Oh, right. We have a combo piece on the table. I keep forgetting that Exarch's a combo piece. Good call. Block, block, block. Have 5 draws to kill him. 1, 2, take 3. Kiki kills him. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This makes Resto a worse draw by throwing this away, but I think I'd rather just have like draws to kill him here. So yeah, one more brick and we die. Yeah, we can still draw Kiki. We can draw Kiki or Court of Calling here. So 5 draws in 44. Path to Exile means we live another turn. Eternal Witness means we live another turn. That means we are dead. Yeah, Nihiri's probably even enough there too. Just like straight bricks off the top. Two cards down. Oh, that's Magic sometimes. I mean, I did think for a couple of seconds.